Did you see that shit? MMA podcast. Hosted by mixed martial arts journalist Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21, and Chicago's number one underground comedian, Apollo Taj Mahal.
Thank you for listening. I am Mike Strauss, aka Strauss21.
And I am the number one underground comic, Apollo Taj Mahal.
If you like the interview, and we know you will, go ahead and give us a like and a follow on all the social media platforms, whether it is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all the same, guys. Did You See That Shit podcast?
Yeah. You can also find us at didyousseethatshit.com.
And Stitcher, Google Play,
iTunes.
pretty much wherever you find your favorite podcast.
By the way, if you enjoyed this interview, go listen to the full podcast and everything we just told you.
.com. I want to introduce Logan Storley. He's an undefeated welterweight fighter for Bellator MMA, and he's got a big fight coming up here in April against another up-and-comer, Joaquin Buckley. What's going on, Logan?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic, man. It's a decent little day here in Chicago. How's it going there?
It's good, man. Down here in Florida, I can't complain about the weather.
Yeah, you got a lot of sunshine down there, that's for sure, man.
Yeah.
You're at ATT now, right?
Nope, I'm at Hard Knocks 365 with Henry Hoof, Kami Barzini, and Greg Jones.
Oh, okay. How's that going? That camp now is really getting a lot of steam.
Yeah, we're doing really well. We got a great great team, great coaching staff, great partners, so it's good, I can't complain. So I'm happy with it, I'm really happy with it.
How long do you usually schedule your fight camps for?
I try to do about 8 weeks.
Okay, so just about 2 months.
Yep.
You always train though. There's not like you don't take time off, right?
Yeah, after a fight, you take a couple, probably 2-3 weeks, and let the body rest a little bit. But I go back to Minneapolis quite a bit, back to the University of Minnesota where I wrestled, and I wrestle with those guys and see all my buddies and former teammates and stuff. So it's not a lot of downtime, but it's something different, so I enjoy it.
Now, Joaquin Buckley, man, he's another up-and-coming prospect. What challenges do you think he's going to present to you?
Every guy presents, something a little different. He's a southpaw stand-up guy, so he's got some decent power, and so it's just another chapter in the book, and so I'm sure we'll have a game plan for him. But he comes forward and he throws hard, so we'll get together a game plan and be ready for this fight.
I know you will. Last time we spoke, you mentioned that you were getting a lot of rounds in with Robbie Lawler. Who are some of your training partners now?
Kamaru Usman, Danny Roberts, Gilbert Burns, Marquez Jackson. So I have a lot. Jason Jackson. So I got a lot of good guys. I helped Luke Rockhold get ready for the Romero fight. So there's a lot of guys in and out of the gym, and some of the best guys in the world. So I can't complain about my partners.
No, I mean, Kamaru and Jason Jackson, I mean, all those guys that you named, those are all high-level guys, as you are too, man. Bellator, their welterweight division now is really stacked, man. Me and my co-host, we always go back and forth because Bellator's welterweight division is on par now with the UFC's. How long do you think before you're competing for a belt?
I want to go through this fight, but I would say I'm probably about 3 fights out, 3 fights out from really being in that title contention. So at this point, I do what my manager and my team tells me to do, and this is a fight Bellator gave me, so we'll take care of this fight, and then we'll see where I'm at. But definitely by 2019, end of 2019, another year and a half, I would definitely like to be a year and a half. I'd like to be right there.
Yeah, I think 3 fights is a very realistic possibility for you, man. No doubt. I know, obviously you're not looking ahead of Buckley. I'm just, looking for the future there. Fighting in the Midwest is going to be kind of cool. You're going to probably have a huge following in Missouri, right?
Yeah. So it's not too far. I mean, it's still a little trip from South Dakota, Minnesota, but it's definitely, closer to home compared to being out at Penn State and Oklahoma. So, it's his hometown. So he'll have a good following, and I'll have my fans. So I'm excited. It'll be a great event.
Yeah, I'm going to be there too, so I'm looking forward to it. It's a really good card, man. You know, Michael Chandler's on there too, so it's going to be a really, really good night of fights. AJ McKee, you know, you have a big background in wrestling. It's no secret. Weight cutting has been in the news lately. Do you think that we should add more divisions to mixed martial arts? What do you think we should do to kind of mitigate this weight issue?
You know, there's definitely a lot of guys, but I think of course it'd be nice to add more weight divisions, but then you're just watering down the champions a little bit too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a guy that's jumping around all over, and then with the ranking system and everything, it just kind of makes things tougher. But I think there should be, whereas in college wrestling, you know, you do a certification weigh-in in preseason, and your body fat and what you weigh, you have to be within so many pounds and be hydrated. And so I'd like to see something like that with MMA. You know, if you're kind of, obviously it takes money and it takes guys to kind of look after, you know, and make sure everyone's on par. But I think that would be something that beginning of a camp, or honestly, 365, there should be, you know, 365 days a year, you shouldn't be 40 pounds over,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you shouldn't be that heavy if that's what you're going to be fighting, because this is why we're seeing a lot of guys miss weight, as guys aren't walking around 20 to 25 pounds, you know, they're getting up to 35, 40 pounds over, and so it's making it, you know, it's really hard on your body, and you're seeing a lot of guys, you know, not being able to make weight, and state commissions canceling the fight the week of, you know. So I think there needs to be something in place where you have to be so close to your weight and with your body weight, some kind of certification.
Yeah, that sounds like a good step, man. I think they, you know, the heads of MMA, they should get together with the guys in wrestling and try to figure this out. You know, those guys have been doing this for a long, long time. You know, you bring up an interesting point about these guys walking around 40 pounds over, and, you know, there's all this talk about head trauma, rightfully so. It's a dangerous sport. But I don't think people are talking enough about the guys cutting 40 pounds, the havoc that puts your body through, and the damage that can do in the long run.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a big deal. You know, when you're not hydrated, your mind isn't as sharp. You know, when you're cutting weight, you're just not as sharp. And, you know, I know you have a full 24 hours and then some, but you're not the same person for people that cut that much weight. And so I think that's why we're starting to see, if guys were hydrated and closer to weight, it would definitely help out, I think, with just, you know, the sharpness of how guys are fighting and how they're feeling compared to guys walking in there still pretty, you know, not feeling 100%.
Well, I appreciate your time, man. Could you do me a quick little favor? We kind of have a tradition here on the show. Could you say this is Logan Storley and you're listening to the Did You See That Shit podcast?
Hey, this is Logan Storley, and you're listening to Did You See That Shit podcast.
I appreciate it, Logan.
Yep, no problem.